Congratulations to the new NBA champions, the Toronto Raptors. Classy organization, 114-110 final score. I am so happy, genuinely happy for this organization. I know how much it's been through in the past 5 years, through not being able to get through LeBron James, to firing their coach of the year, to trading away their franchise player in DeMar DeRozan and getting a cyborg, the best player in the NBA today in Kawhi Leonard. This team took after his personality, the calmness of this team in high-pressure situations. They went into Oracle Game 6 knowing this was the final game in the history of this awesome arena. They got the job done. That's how you do it. Congratulations to that entire organization. I would be shocked if Kawhi Leonard left this team after winning the way they did. And I understand Klay Thompson got injured in Game 6 today in Game 6. And we can talk about that in a little bit. But let's give props where props is deserved. Nick Nurse took on a team that many thought, hey, they can't get it done. They can't get by Team X. And this guy was the ballsiest head coach in these playoffs. He made maestro move after maestro move. Congratulations to that guy, Nick Nurse. What a series he coached. He outcoached Steve Kerr. He won 4 times. Think about that. Steve Kerr doesn't get outcoached much. He just doesn't. That's how good Nick Nurse was during these playoffs, specifically during the NBA Finals. Congratulations to my man, Fred VanVleet, a.k.a. Leo VanVleet. The dude just balled tonight. Big-time bucket after big-time bucket. My guy was just, he was hitting every single thing in the most critical moments. What a game. He finished with 22 points, I believe. Let's see the final box score. He finished with 22 points, 6 of 14, 5 of 11 from beyond the arc. Off the bench, he did start in that third quarter. 34 minutes for Fred VanVleet, undrafted. What a career thus far. What a way to leave your legacy. This guy, actually, one of my barbers in Sacramento, he talked about how he is from the same town that VanVleet is from. I believe he's from Illinois. And he talks about how much that community looks up to VanVleet. And he told me a couple of awesome stories that really resonated with me. And it just comes to show how hard his journey has been to get to this NBA level. And leaving this season an NBA champion and doing it the way he did. He was playing so bad throughout the playoffs. And when he finally had his kid, he stepped up big time. Again, as I said earlier in the podcast earlier, talking about the new Kings hire, I said, shout out to Nick Nurse for believing in his guys, specifically VanVleet. He stuck to his guns. He could have easily played Jeremy Lin. He didn't do that. He played VanVleet. He continued to believe in him, and that's why it paid off. It paid off for Serge. It paid off for Powell. He kept his 8-man rotation. And I know people want to talk about injuries and the Warriors, and yeah, we can feel bad for them, but people forget that the Raptors didn't have OG Anunoby, who is a very, very good basketball player, a starter in the NBA, a guy who was an extra body, a wing, a strong defender, a guy who can hit corner threes. They were missing that guy. Let's not forget about that, okay? Shout out to this organization. And I'll talk about the Warriors in a little bit, and Klay Thompson, one of my favorite players as well. But Kawhi Leonard, definitely top 3 favorite players in the NBA. Such a class act. Showed his emotion. He's talked a lot about life and basketball and how much of this is unimportant in comparison to life and how he lost his father at an early age. That's real. That's real life. And nothing but respect for Kawhi Leonard. Again, I would be shocked if he left the Raptors after bringing them an NBA championship. Now, I can see the arguments of, you know what, he did his job. The Raptors would have never won without him. And yes, that's a fact. But winning it, tasting it, and then leaving it would be shocking to me. He has Pascal Siakam, who finished with 26 points today on the biggest stage of his life, on the biggest stage of basketball. He showed up, 26 points. He showed up. Kyle Lowry, 26 points. He showed up, 9 of 16. Siakam, 10 of 17. 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. Lowry, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. 10 assists, 7 boards. He was 3 boards away from a triple-double. He had everything tonight. The passes were just on fleet. His accuracy, he really showed the entire world that he is a legitimate all-star point guard. A legit guy. He showed up in big moments. Shout out to my guy, Kyle Lowry, man, who I said, can he sustain this success after having big games against the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals? He showed up, okay? I had the Raptors winning in 7 games. They won in 6. After game 1, remember, after our game 1 post-game show, I said the Raptors are winning in 6. Like I literally changed my mind, and I was like, you know what? They may win in 6 games. That's how crazy this is. And they won in 6 games. How is everybody doing, man? Steve Gonzalez, Van Vliet was a beast tonight. Pure champion. Absolutely. Again, what a class act. Alex, Olivia, stand up for Toronto. Man, shout out to Toronto. What's my guy, Orange Crust, saying? We got robbed of a game 7. If Clay played the Warriors, would have won the whole thing. We got robbed of a game 7. Oh, I'm like, wait, you a Warriors fan now? All right, Orange Crush 916. I actually do believe that. I feel like if Clay would have finished the game, contextually speaking, I believe they would have closed the game out. That has nothing to do with the end result. The Raptors did what they had to do. It's not their fault. That was a clean foul. That's what you do on a fast break. He went for the ball. He went for the block. And Klay Thompson landed, who's one of my top 5 favorite players. He landed awkwardly on that knee. It twisted. And shout out to him. He's the toughest player in the NBA. He came back from the tunnel. If you watch the clip on Twitter, you'll see how far he walked and how far he came back onto the court to shoot those free throws. And honest to God, I thought he was going to keep playing. And knowing their GM and what this organization has gone through the past few days with KD, they were like, you know what? It's not worth it, man. You're not going to play. I'm sure you can play, but that knee looked really bad in slow-mo, how it just twisted. And I was like, oh, man, that was tough. Before we continue, talking about knees, if you are looking for a knee pad, I've been using Blind Save. Their technology is great. PAD, where it molds onto your knee, and it gives you that instant protection with the nice padding. Again, I feel like I have icy hot at all times. It keeps you fresh, keeps you looking good. It keeps you feeling good, most importantly. And it really does help. For more information, make sure to visit blindsave.com. That's right. We appreciate them for sponsoring this NBA Finals Game 6 post-game reaction. Dwayne says Van Vliet. That's right, man. That's right. Durant to New York, Clay to Sac. Yeah, and if my aunt had, she'd be an uncle. Exactly. I'm not. Again, that was a comment from 916. I'm so happy. Like I said from the start of the show, I am so happy for this Raptors team. So many positives all year long. Danny Green had that critical turnover, which I was like, oh my gosh, Danny, You can't be doing this. Great defense by the Warriors where he just threw the ball away. It glided through the hands of Siakam. It was just great defense, great pressure defense by Draymond Green on him. But again, they survived. Draymond almost won him the game by making that pass to Steph Curry, who missed that shot. Now I'm sure he's going to get killed for it. At the same time, that was great defense. You got to give the Raptors credit as well. Serge Ibaka, 15 points in 22 minutes, 7 to 12. Marc Gasol, 3 points in 27 minutes, 0 of 2. But he did have 9 boards and 4 assists. So he did other things to really help his team win tonight. Alexa Oliveira says, I want to apologize for Drake in advance. For all the people that is watching, man, make sure to slap that like button or dislike button, whatever the case may be. It really does help us out a lot. Shout out to all my people in Toronto that is watching this, that will potentially watch this later on. Once we finish the stream, what a great, classy organization. And it gives me hope as an NBA reporter, as a member of the media, that maybe something special may be coming to the city of Sacramento, right? Sacramento loves its Kings, and if it can happen in Toronto, if it can happen with the Raptors, who a lot of us thought they were cursed, including an abundance of Raptor fans, it can happen with this team here in Sacramento, with the Sacramento Kings, man. Shout out to them, and we appreciate all the people that support Basketball Zone and or Cowbell Kingdom. You play well tonight. Congrats, family. I appreciate you, man. Jace, for days. Man, I had the big buckets. I got 22. I dropped 22 from my Raptors, man. Nah, seriously, what a tough player. He's a ballsy player. He hits big time shots, just like I hit big time shots when the game is on the line. Albeit, obviously pickup games, right? But the game on the line, I want the ball, and I'm hitting that game winning shot. It's in my genes. It's in my gene pool, man. I don't know what it is. I can go 0 for 10, and you better believe I'm going to make that last shot to win the game. I just have it. Some guys have it, some guys don't. Van Vliet, that boy got it. That boy got it. Me, I got it. And you can ask anybody that's ever watched or played with me. I just got that gene. It just happens that way. I'm just extremely confident in the clutch. You either got the ice cold veins or you don't. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much. I just wanted to come on here and just talk about how great of a season this team had. I'm so happy. Again, with the Golden State Warriors, a lot of injuries. Klay Thompson, hopefully he's well. I hope it's just like a hyperextended knee of some sort. Nothing where it's like, oh, he has an ACL tear, an MCL tear. That would be devastating. I wouldn't want to see that, especially to one of my guys like Klay. Hopefully, KD can recover very soon. Kevin Durant gave his heart to his teammates, to the organization, and he did it to prove that, you know what, I'm tough enough to come back from a strained calf, which again, I wish he didn't do it, but at the same time, I probably would have done the same thing, knowing that there is a huge opportunity to become an NBA champion again. He saw it. He flat out played so well in 14 minutes, had 12 points, and he just overexceeded himself. It was just too much. It's unfortunate. It really is super unfortunate. But KD earned so much respect from so many players. Again, I don't like the stuff he does outside the court, how he listens, how he tweets, from the burner accounts, from just his regular account. I don't like all that commotion off the court, but on the court, You cannot dispute the greatness of a Kevin Durant. There is no way you can do that. Dude is great. Championship is tarnished. If the Warriors were at full strength, they would have won. A lot of bad calls and injuries played a role. Let's be real. Kawhi will stay now. KD will stay in rehab in Golden State. You may be right. You may be right. You may be wrong. We won't know. I can say the same thing about Golden State, how they probably didn't deserve to win that first run against Cleveland. And the following year, Cleveland beat them in 7 games because the first year, Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving didn't play. They went to 6 games. So I think Kyrie got hurt after game 1. He didn't play in game 2 or after that. Matthew Dellavedova was their guy, and he was just shitting on Steph Curry. So call it the way it is. Call it how you want it. It doesn't matter. The Raptors are NBA champions, and that's all that matters. At the end of the day, when they look back and you're like, okay, they won the NBA championship. It's that Raptors team led by Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry. Yeah, those guys. Leo Van Vliet, those guys. That's really what it comes down to, man. That's just a fact. It doesn't tarnish anything. Without KD, again, even if Clay would have played and say they would have won, Toronto was going to close the series in 7. Raptors were the better team without Kevin Durant. They're the deeper team. It's just they had the best player. They had the deeper team, and that usually wins. Actually, that always wins. So that is what it is. It's just it's basketball, bro. I shout out to Nick Nurse. Again, I've talked about that. He outcoached Steve Kerr 4 times during this series, and it showed. It's Michael Wink, man. Is this Van Vliet? Yeah, it is. It is Van Vliet, man. We just won a championship. I'm going to go in the locker room right now and just celebrate, pop bottles and champagnes. The dynasty is over, no doubt. But yeah, man, I slap that like button to everybody that's watching this. I appreciate all the love and support, man. Hopefully you guys can share it with the entire country of Canada, with all Raptors fans. Shout out to them. This is for you guys. Just wanted to come on real quick and just talk about how great your organization is, how classy it is, and how much you guys deserve to win an NBA championship. I'm so happy that you guys beat the Golden State Warriors. I'm not going to lie. I was tired of watching them win every single year. And Kawhi Leonard did his thing. Van Vliet did his thing. Kyle did his thing. Siakam did his thing. Marc Gasol did his thing. Serge Ibaka did his thing. Powell did his thing. Who am I missing? Danny Green did his thing. And that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. Everybody else played a big role in practice. They were cheering their guys on. That's how you win it, man. That's how you win it. Justin Ryan, Raptors. Can't wait for July 1st. Free agency. Actually, June 30th. June 30th. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much. Appreciate all the love and support. Make sure to share and subscribe. Go Raptors. NBA champions. Peace.